Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the main quest storyline here at Ogre Games. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside Ong Wei Kyong.
Hello.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play
Lazy,
Final
ah.
Fantasy.
So somebody's like outside is like screaming, I really don't know how to play. Yeah. So we're watching the match here between Alfian Pun and Beyond Time. And if this is the first time you're watching us, this is Final Fantasy, the trading card game. If you've been watching IGN recently, what happened to all the spoilers?
No, it's here,
Why you have to bring out Magic spoilers? Hey, we're watching Final Fantasy here. So yeah, if you've been watching IGN recently, they went to go and unbox a pre-release kit for Final Fantasy card game, and this is it. This is the game that we're going to be watching. Alfian here going to be playing against Beyond, and
How to play.
yeah. So how this game is? Wait, why are they walking away from the table? What's happening? What's happening? Oh no. Anyway, okay, so this game is played if you've ever played Magic, like you have to spend mana to cast creatures.
Yep.
And the objective of the game is to deal 7 points of damage to your opponent. So you have to hit your opponent 7 times in the face. And every time that they take damage, they will reveal cards off the top of the deck to represent the amount of damage that they take. The game is played with 3 types of cards. Okay, so first off, we have cards like a red mage. Oh, why is the... Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you can scroll it.
Yeah, we can scroll it. Okay, so we have cards like red mage, which is a backup. So backups, generally, they produce mana. They will produce... what you call it? They produce...
What kind of mana?
crystal points. So depending on what element they are, they produce that type of crystal points. So for red mage, it's a fire element, and so it produces fire crystal points. Okay, and then we have summons. Okay, let me scroll down to another color of summons. Ah, there we go. Yeah, what happened? I am. It was supposed to be Alfian and Beyond. Come. Okay. Oh, so they redid the pairings. Okay, fine. They redid the pairings. I don't know. It was supposed to be Alfian and Beyond, right? Change. What happened?
Why?
Okay.
Because someone
Eh,
did not register, so he took Beyond's name out.
okay. Can you like shift the table? Wait. Okay. The table is definitely not straight.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Right. Let me redo the recording. Anyway, we have summons. Summons. They are, well, if you play Magic, you'll know this term called instants. You can play these cards anytime during the round, right? Anytime during your turn or during your opponent's turn, and you basically follow whatever the card does.
Yeah, even the card ability feels like cryptic command.
Yeah.
You choose 2 out of 4.
Okay, I'm going to restart the stream, yeah? Or restart the recording. Hello, everyone. Because, this is the second take. Take two. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the main quest storyline here at Ogre Games. It's Final Fantasy trading card game. This is not Beyond Tan. We're watching a match here between Alfian Pun and Mitch Lee. Alfian, we haven't seen playing this game for a very, very long time, just like myself. But Mitch religiously, every week, I see Mitch at Ogre Games. He's playing He's playing some, Final Fantasy. And it looks like Alfion's going first. He's going to cast a Ton Betty. And he's going to look for either a Ton Berry or Mira. Probably going to look for Mira and just maybe cast the Mira. With me at the desk, my name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts. And with me is Wei Kiong.
Yes.
No, but we need a nickname for you. What was the Silent Whisper?
No, Guy's Revenge.
Guy's Revenge?
Yeah.
Never mind. We go back to the original nickname, which is what was it? Silent Whisper, is it?
Silent Whisperer.
Silent Whisperer, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I lost my voice.
yeah, but you don't. So the problem is that you don't know how to play this game, right?
Yes, I don't know how to play.
No, now is a fantastic time to learn how to play this game. This is really fun. This game is amazing. I have to say, like, it is such a step up from Magic.
Okay.
So yeah, I was explaining like backups. Then we have summons. So the game is won, or the game
when you do 7 damage to your opponent's face.
Yeah, exactly. And you deal damage by using these guys called forwards. Let's bring up one that is very, very sought after right now.
Okay.
And her name is Y'shtola. So forwards, they have a power. And the power is usually in the thousands. We haven't seen like a 5,000 yet. So it's a 7,000 character. And basically can be in. Sometimes they have abilities, sometimes they don't. And they have a category. So all these cards, they have a category which tells you which Final Fantasy they're from.
Yeah.
So Y'shtola is from Final Fantasy 14.
14.
Wait, do you play 14?
No, 14 is online. Then
Yeah.
I didn't play online. I played 13 and subsequently 15.
15.
Yeah.
Do you complete 15?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool.
Wait. Do you finish that dungeon?
No, not dungeon, but the main story.
The main
and
story,
all the
okay.
chapters also.
I finished everything except the dungeon
Yeah.
and the chapters.
Oh.
The last dungeon specifically.
Yeah.
I hit level 99 and I was like, yeah, I stopped. Like,
Oh.
nah, this is not my game.
It's quite good. Just that I think the dungeons are quite grindy.
Yeah.
Then I a bit.
Oh, but all the new stuff that come out. Do you see all the new stuff?
Yeah.
It's so
The
cool.
chapters. Actually, they had a new version, 5 Fantasy 15. They call it the Royal Edition.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
it's got
get-
everything in it,
yeah,
right?
Correct. So you don't. Yeah.
Okay, so Alfian here
okay, so-
gonna.
Okay, can you explain to me what does this 7,000 mean? Does it mean that
So
if I do
7,000
damage,
okay,
then it's
so 7,000 is both the attack and the life total for the creature.
Okay.
Okay. So, but when it starts taking damage, the life total decreases,
Okay.
but the damage stays the same. So
Okay.
it keeps dealing 7,000, but it takes it takes damage. It goes down.
Yeah. So does it,
but
does it
the-
refresh at the end of the turn?
Yes, the
Okay.
damage does refresh at the end of the turn. Okay, so Alfian here going to play a brand new card. It's a monster. It's called Schrodinger. Actually, Schrodinger is not. I don't know if you play it, but Schrodinger is not the cat. Schrodinger is actually the guy who owns the cat. This is Schrodinger's cat,
Oh.
right? I don't know. This is FF13.
Yeah. I think I saw this before. Feels like Carbuncle.
Yeah, it looks kind of like Carbuncle. Where? There we go.
But why is it a monster? So there are 3 types. You say there's
So there's 3 types.
monsters and summons. Summons are like instants.
Yeah.
Then-
So monsters are like I guess the best analogy to magic is enchantments. So
Enchant,
monsters are characters. They are permanents. They
Mhm.
stay on the field until they go to the graveyard.
Yeah.
But they're not forwards. They're
Okay.
not. They don't have a power and toughness. Some have the ability to turn into forwards.
Okay.
Okay, but they don't do anything else. They all have like special abilities,
Okay.
like Schrodinger.
Yeah.
Schrodinger does a lot of things. For example, like when it enters the field, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a forward, draw a card. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Blah. So many things. So, it does good stuff. Alfian here plays it. I think he revealed another monster off the top of his deck, and then if it's a monster, your opponent selects one forward he or she controls and returns it to their hand. I don't know if that was the right play, but here we go. Kefka gonna get rid of is that wall? No, that's a Raffia. And Kefka is a crazy good card. Like you can play. I think Alfian is playing mono water monsters.
Mono water monsters. So
Yeah.
all blue lah.
All blue, yeah. All water effects and just
Okay. So
killing
so
stuff.
you mentioned that there are 3 types, but then I saw like monsters, backup, forwards. then
summons. Yeah, sorry.
So
There are four types,
four
not three types. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the fourth type. Schrodinger, monsters are the fourth type. They're pretty cool. And the new set is like really cool. I love this guy, and we can see,
Tom Berry.
Tom Berry is like such a cool card. When an opponent, when a character opponent controls searches for one or more cards, put Tom Berry into the break zone. And if you do break that character, and here's the cool thing, like most of the cards that say search, they don't say you may search.
Oh, it's compulsory.
Yeah, and sometimes you're unable to search out for anything.
Okay.
Which means that the minute you play that card, like it's gonna break.
Okay.
So it's dumb to play that card.
What is a break zone? Is it like exile zone?
No, it's like the graveyard. So break zone is graveyard. So you can see like there are different zones that are being played. So the one where Schrodinger is, that's the damage zone, or that's Alfian's damage zone. Then there's the battlefield here. His backups are at the back. His forwards are all at the front. You see Kefka, you see Mira, and you see Dragon. Oh, Dragon's cool. Dragon with Mira, very cool. Mira is really good in this situation. Let's try to find Mira.
So what does backup do beside producing crystal?
It's
like land like
so it's not like land. What I akin it to is probably like mana rocks.
Okay.
Because most of the time they produce mana, but or they produce crystals, but they also have like special abilities.
Okay.
So pretty useful lah. Like for example, Ton Betty, she searches up for either a Mira or a Ton Berry, right? And then like Flintlock. Somebody was saying earlier, Flintlock was pretty good. Let me try to find Flintlock. Where is Flintlock?
Can you search? Like maybe on top there's some search bar.
There we go. Now I wanted to try to keep the all the spoilers there because I'm not very familiar with the Opus 5 cards. And Opus 5 just released today. Right? So like brand new meta game, like everybody's trying out new decks, and we can see a whole bunch of cool stuff.
What does the symbol mean? Does it mean you have to tap it to use it?
Yes. Okay, so you have to activate it, which is by you activate it by tapping it. And so this this backup is a bit special. So you can tap it, choose one forward, it doesn't receive damage that is less than its power distance. So it makes it kind of like, I got to be bigger than you, equal or bigger than you before you take any damage. So
Okay,
here.
then what happens if you like deal damage? Let's say if I have a forward at 7,000, if I deal that damage, that amount of damage to player, then how much does the player take?
He takes 1 point of damage.
Still 1 point.
Yeah.
Regardless of the power.
Yep. So all you have to do is just smack your opponent 7 times in the face. Easier said than done.
But that means you can block. You can block also. If let's say my forward is attacking, then you can choose your forward to block.
Okay. So one cool thing about this game is that when you attack, so like in Magic, right? In Magic, you attack with like all your creatures at once.
Correct.
So you go into the attack phase. You can only attack with one character at a time, or you can party up the characters. So two or more of the same color can party up. Can party up and can attack.
Okay.
Right at the same time.
So you cannot attack like with one water and one fire.
So no, you can attack with one water. And then after that, you can attack with one fire. So you can just keep your attack phase is a long step. So like Hearthstone, you can like sequence like who to attack first and who to So same thing. Then your opponent can only block with one creature maximum or one forward maximum.
So if let's say you got 10 creatures, then you attack everything, then he can only block one. Then isn't that?
Okay. So here's like you attack one at a time. So if let's say all your creatures are like 1,000, and then his guy is 10,000, like his guy will survive all the attacks until the last guy.
Yeah, so the 10,000 will block the 1,000, and then the 1,000 will die.
Yeah, and then the 10,000 will have taken 1,000 damage. So that will be 9,000. Then you attack with another 1,000. Then you block again, block. So every attack you can block once.
So
but with only one guy.
So there are multiple attack phase.
Yeah.
So
there's only one attack phase, but you can make multiple attacks.
So it means now I can choose. I say I'm going to declare attack. Then I first character I attack you first. Then
Correct.
you see whether you want to block.
Correct. So there's So
I
you
choose another to attack again.
Correct. Until you decide, okay, I don't want to attack anymore.
Then isn't that very complicated? Like if
Uh-huh.
you're attacking, cause you will be like thinking, like
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one aspect of this game, especially during the combat phase, is are we going to play chicken? You know.
Oh.
So you got like your 8,000 guy,
Yeah.
and then he's got his 8,000 guy, and then
Yeah.
you swing in. It's like
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
block. You want to block. Then you got like other
Other
attackers
attacks, yeah.
along the wing. So if he blocks, like sometimes it's more profitable for your other attackers as well.
Oh.
And then sometimes, I'll just take that 1 point of damage, and then your other attackers kind of attack in as well. So
Oh.
there's this little
Oh.
meta game,
Oh yeah.
sub game that you play while you're in your combat
Combat
phase
phase,
as
oh.
well. So that's why I like this game so
Oh.
much. There's a bit of there's a lot of risk reward. There's a lot of decision making that you have to
see.
do. Yeah, great.
So if I can attack, I can only attack once at a time. But I can once I attack already, then the that thing that I attack, if he doesn't die, then it will sort of like move away. Then
Yeah.
to let the second character attack.
Correct. So
But I can choose to play summon anytime.
you can choose to play summons anytime.
Even during the combat.
Yes, correct.
So-
Anytime.
Oh.
The minute you get priority, you can just like.
So only forwards have most of the forwards will have the power.
Wow.
But then the backup wouldn't have, right? The backup would be
Backups, most of them have abilities.
oh,
Backups.
so-
most of them. Wow. Okay. So
okay, so what's happening?
yeah, Mitch just played a really really powerful card from the new set. Often.
Okay.
There we go. Often.
Oh, it's legend.
Yeah, it's a legendary card. Yeah. When
What-
Offer enters
oh.
the field, choose up to 2 forwards opponent control. Dial them
What
if
is
you
dial them?
control 5 or more ice characters. So dial is like tap.
Oh.
Yeah. And then if you control 5 or more ice characters, freeze them as well. And look at his board. He's got Sarah. Wow, this looks really tough. And Alfian has to discard a card because of Genesis. Yep. Yeah, man, I'm going to give him haste, and that's it. That's the game. Mitch takes it handily against Mono Blue Monsters. And Mitch's board at the end of the game was just insane. Alfian was controlling really early on in the game, especially with the Ton. I think he was playing a Tonberry, and he cracked it and played Kafka, and I thought Alfian was doing pretty well, but Mitch, I took my eye off the game, and Mitch here able to just devastate Alfian's board, and Alfian in general. Man, Orphan is so good.
What does freeze them mean? Does it
Freeze,
mean
so it doesn't
that,
untap.
during the
Yeah, so there's
Oh.
only a few keywords like Brave. Brave is like vigilance, so it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
tap when
Doesn't
it's
tap
attacking.
Okay.
And then you have Haste, where
Okay,
it's
yeah.
Haste, which means that the minute it enters the battlefield, it can attack.
Yeah.
Then you have Dull, which is basically tapping them.
Okay.
Then you have Freeze, which is target
tap them.
creature can't untap
Can't attack.
next day
During next turn only.
during next turn. And then what else do you have?
You break them.
First strike, and then you have like break.
Uh-huh.
Break is, and then you have what's that? You have it's sort of like exile. Like it will tell you put it in the exile
Oh.
zone.
So
you know.
break them, is it something like destroy target?
Destroy
creature?
target creature. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So it's like
cool.
quite similar lah. Quite similar.
So what I would love to see is Alfan and Mitch are going at another game. So what I would love to see is all the games like unify the language. And honestly speaking, Magic has it down. Magic the Gathering has the easiest language for card games.
Yeah. But I think-
dial
yeah,
them like
yeah.
dial. It's like I don't know, just tap, right? Tap. I don't know. The word tap
Yeah, yeah. It's-
suggests
yeah.
an action,
Action,
of
right, yeah.
this thing. And freeze them is like, oh okay. Freeze is probably like a good. Freeze is a good
Oh,
term.
Yeah.
In this case, I think freeze is like one of the best terms for describing you cannot untap the next turn.
How about burn them?
Burn them,
Do we have it?
break them. Like destroy target creature is like so straightforward, right? I mean, I don't know. So Mitch here able to develop his board pretty well. Able to play that what's that? The lightning. Yeah. Pretty fast. And he's got himself set up for next turn. He can cast another lightning, swing in again.
what is the rarity in a booster pack? Let's say suppose I buy a booster pack of Ogre's 5, then what does it contain?
Okay, so one booster pack will have one. Okay, so we'll have 7 commons.
Okay,
Right.
7 commons,
3 rare.
3 rare, so many.
Okay, the rare is like uncommon. lah.
Okay.
And then 1 hero or legend.
1 hero or legend.
Yeah, so hero or legend. So hero is like rare.
Then legend is like mythic.
Legend is like mythic.
Okay.
So hero, yeah, because they don't want to like.
Yeah.
It's an uncommon card. No, we're gonna bump up the rarity to no.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
rare.
It's a word lah.
It's a
Yeah.
pretty rare card.
Okay.
And then you have 1 foil.
One
The
foil.
foil can be anything.
Any category.
Yeah. Any. So for of course, foil legends are like the
yeah.
best.
So it's like 7 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1.
Yeah.
12
So it's
cards.
12 cards in the pack.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Not too bad. At least
So-
you won't get like overflow of comments around.
Oh no
There's
no no!
7, yeah.
You buy 1 box, right?
Yeah.
Like generally gives you a playset of all commons and commons.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Gives you a playset. Definitely gives you a playset of all commons.
Okay.
Almost gives you a full playset of uncommons. So I have 1.5 boxes, right?
Uh-huh.
I only am missing like a few
1 box is how many booster pack?
uncommons.
36 or 24?
36.
36. It's
Mm.
the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm only missing like a few uncommons. I think like 2 uncommons for a playset.
Okay.
The rest of it I gave away to my friends. Like, yeah,
Oh.
you want to try playing the game, just here you go.
Yeah, maybe
It's a lot.
we can try later. I don't mind like testing out.
All right.
Backup.
Can go and buy the starter pack. I don't. Man, I can go and craft
I
the
thought
deck.
they'll give it for free. Like Magic gives starter pack
No,
for
no,
free.
no, no,
yeah.
no. This one, the starter. So the starter cards. One of the more irritating things about this game is that they lock starter cards,
Uh-huh.
which some of them are actually quite good, like Asher and Minfilia is kind of interesting. I would love to see like Minfilia play Sarah as well. They're all
Okay.
locked behind like
Yeah.
starter decks. So you have to buy the starter deck
Uh-huh.
so that you get these cards like Amoda
Mm.
and Noel and Lebrau.
Mm.
Then you can get these cards. Well,
Yeah.
it's the Yu-Gi-Oh approach lah.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh approach.
I
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying, but I
I
don't
can
blame
understand. I
them.
can understand.
Yeah, it's
But
okay.
okay, so
It's
but
fine.
then there's also like subtype, right? You see like the forward after there's this word called commando. So is there
Yeah,
any
so that's the
difference?
job. That's their job.
That's the job.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can have. I think famously there was a Knight deck.
Mm-hmm.
That's of course the Scion. Hopefully there will be a Scion deck. There's a Sky Pirate deck. You can play tribal,
Yeah.
some form of tribal, and some of them give bonuses to jobs.
Okay.
So for example, the Knight deck, right? It's a 3-color deck.
Uh-huh.
In every color there's a boost, but it only boosts that color. So like
Yeah.
Lulu gives all lightning forwards plus 1,000.
Okay.
Or Waka gives all water forwards plus 1,000 and
Okay,
so forth
yeah.
and so on.
So yeah.
But the what's her name? Man, I forget what's the name. Those in the chat, just let me know. Remind me what the one with the knight that gives all knights plus 1,000.
So example for this card, Amoda, it says if your opponents control any monster, Amoda gains plus 2,000 power first strike and brave. So is it until an turn or forever?
Forever.
As long as your opponent controls any monster.
Yep. Forever and ever. So yeah, it's kind of fun.
Uh-huh.
Amoda is 4 mana for 8,000 character, which is passes the vanilla test.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
If your opponent control a monster, like Amoda becomes a monster.
Uh,
He becomes 10,000
because
first strike and brave. So it's pretty damn good. So and it's a starter card. It's not like you buying a starter deck. It's not like it's gonna cheat you of any money because these cards are powerful. These cards are no joke.
See, it says when a four you control is put into the field from the red zone, double the power of Amoda until the end of turn. So if something died, then it becomes like 8,000 plus 2,000 times 2.
Yeah.
Okay, but then the point is that it doesn't matter how much your power is. Your opponent only takes 1 damage.
Yeah, but sometimes you just need to get the attack through.
Get the power through lah.
Yeah, get the attack through. And
But they will
this
choose to
sometimes
block. If
requires-
let's say I have a 20,000 coming in, I definitely choose to block with 1,000.
if you're only left with like your biggest fattest guy,
Then you're
like,
forced to block. Lah.
you're kind of forced to block.
Oh.
And Armada also has this ability of like just surprising your opponent.
Mm.
Because fire has things that will sacrifice itself, like you sacrifice your creature, then it'll deal power to some other guy,
Yeah.
or you sacrifice the thing itself. So this one is when a forward you control, right? So
Yeah.
like Vivi has the ability to sacrifice herself,
Ah.
and it will deal damage
Yeah.
to another creature, and that will make Armada grow.
Oh.
So
But what is the color pie? You mentioned that there's ice, there's water, there's fire. Then I see this very weird, strange
Okay.
symbol.
then there's wind. There's
Is this wind?
no, that's not wind. So wind is like green color.
Okay.
There's lightning, which is purple color, and then
Wind,
there's earth.
lightning, earth, fire,
Fire, water, ice.
6 already.
Okay, so then there's these other two. So like there's this one. This one's a really sought after card.
Okay,
Everybody
what is
likes-
this? This wind.
So this is Van. No, and this is light.
This light.
Yeah, this is light. So light.
Wait. I'm a bit confused. Okay, water, fire, ice,
Ice.
light.
Lightning.
Light is lightning.
No. There's lightning and then there's light.
Oh, water,
Water,
fire,
fire,
ice,
ice.
lightning.
Okay.
Then light.
No, then earth and wind. Okay, so those are 6 ones. These are 6.
Wait. Water, fire, water, fire, water, fire, ice. Water, fire, ice, earth, wind, and
lightning.
These 6 are the basic ones.
So these 6 are basic ones. Okay, then you have light,
Light
and you
dark.
have dark.
These 2 are the advanced ones.
So
Advanced
these-
element.
They are not say advanced elements. They are okay. So they're
Yeah.
special. They're sort of like special.
Okay, what's
Okay.
what's special?
So in the game, right,
Yeah.
you can discard cards from your hand, colored cards, except for light and dark, to produce 2 crystal points
Of that color.
of that color. So it's like Simeon Spirit Guides.
Oh,
So you
okay,
can
I get it.
you
Okay,
can
yeah.
discard the cards and then you produce
Yeah.
mana of the color. So one of the special things about light and
Ah.
dark is that you cannot discard it.
Then what's the purpose?
Okay, they're very powerful. You can pay any colored mana to
Cast
play
it.
that to cast it. Okay,
Oh, so it's
And
like
light
color
and dark-
spell.
correct.
Light and dark is like color spell.
yeah, and light and dark cannot exist on the battlefield at the same time.
Oh, so
You cannot have more than one light character on the field at any point in time unless you control Cosmos or. And then same thing with
I
dark
cannot
character.
have a light and dark at the same time.
Yeah.
I can only have one light.
Yes.
It's like legendary.
It's sort of like legendary. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
So if I have a dark, I cannot have a light.
yes. Which you can only have like one dark or one light.
One
yeah.
or the other one.
One or the other one. There is a card called Cosmos, and
Allows
she
you-
allows you to play more than
so it's like
one
the
light
legend rule
character.
doesn't apply.
Yeah, the
Okay.
the colorless rule. In
Yeah,
this case,
yeah.
the light and dark rule doesn't apply. But yeah. So those are the special things about the light and dark characters. And one of the cool aspects of this game is just the card, the decisions that you have to make when you cast stuff, and yeah, it's.
I think to be honest, I think it's quite simple.
Oh man,
But,
you have not played this game. The reason why I play this game and still continue to play Magic, or at least still try to continue to play this game, is because the
It's different,
aspects
right?
of it are
Yeah.
very, very different. This, we talk about like decision making. We
Yeah.
talk about like hand management and resource management. Sure, Magic has a bit of resource management. Your hand is a lot of your resource. Your mana is a resource, but your mana like replenishes every turn.
Yeah.
In this game, you have to give up cards to
Ah.
get mana to cast things.
Uh-huh.
At the beginning of the game, there is nothing on your board,
Yeah.
so you have to give up at least one card to start the game going.
Oh.
And when you start giving out cards, because cards
Yeah.
like everything in the deck, right? Because you saw there's no lands,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
there's no
nothing.
land, yeah.
You have to cast things to get stuff into the battlefield. This means that every card in your deck is gas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, correct.
Because
you won't get mana gem.
you
like
won't get mana gem.
Yeah.
You can. Well,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you can get mana gem lah.
Okay.
But I mean, like generally, you cannot get this whole idea of like mana screw, mana
Yeah,
gem
yeah,
because
okay.
everything, all your cards are mana,
Yeah.
but all your cards are
So
also
if
spells.
if you don't need, you can like discard it away.
Correct.
To produce that mana.
So the decision making not so hard when you look at the card. It's like, yeah, this is the best damn card against my opponent. I definitely have to keep this card. But if I'm keeping this card to cast it, I need to get rid of other cards. What's not so good? You know, if the card is irrelevant in the matchup,
Yeah.
sure, very easy. Just throw it away for mana.
One card is 2 of that.
2 mana,
two
2
of
of that color, yeah.
So, example, if I want to cast, let's say I want to cast something like a 4 mana red spell. Let's say, for example,
Okay, so let's say
this one.
Baderon.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
to-
So
so that
if-
means I need to discard 2 blue cards to get 4.
Correct. So you need to discard. You need to pay at least 1 blue mana to cast.
Also, I can discard 1 blue and 1 red card.
Yes, correct.
At least 1 blue to cast the one.
Yes.
To cast the 4. You don't need all 4 blue. No.
Correct.
Okay.
Or you can pay 5 mana and then cast X
Then
number
what
of
happened to
cards.
the extra mana?
Like that lor.
That-
It will
you-
just
you waste
evaporate
it.
lah. You waste lah.
Okay.
Okay, we are going to take a break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes time for the next match. I'm going to put you on a replay. But in the meantime, remember, if you want to join us, you can join us on the stream every Friday evening, 8 p.m. Singapore time. You can also join us on Wednesday nights for Magic the Gathering if you like that game. And go on down to youtube.com/Grey Ogre Games if you want to watch all the replays of all the tournaments that we do. This coming Sunday, if you're interested in Magic, we're going to have our monthly tournament. And then the next week, Saturday, we're going to have the first SQ for 2018. And if you want to find out more, just go on down to greyogames.com. All right. See you guys in a bit.
Romantic, isn't it?
Hello everyone and welcome to our Friday night Final Fantasy TCG cast. It's called Main Story Questline. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts. And we are watching the match here between Nicholas Tan and Mitch Lee. Nick here is going to mulligan and take the next 5 cards. Looks like it's okay. See an error, but we see him like shake his head like, nah, not gonna happen. And Mitch here gonna start off with a pretty aggressive start here. So he's playing the he's playing the Ice Wind aggro. Is that fat chocobo? That's a fat chocobo. That is a fat chocobo. Plays an Izana. Plays Izana as well as I forget who this other guy is, but basically enters when you play him, you get a free 3-drop of a different element, 3 or less of a different element. Alright, Balthier here to stop the bleeding, hopefully. Zagabath, is that the guy? Zagabath, let's search him up. Yeah, there we go. There we go, Zagabath. When Zagabath enters the field, you may play a forward of any element except ice, and of course 3 or less from your hand onto the field. And he does look for, he plays the fat chocobo here, and searches out a chocobo, puts it on the battlefield and swings in with the Izana as well. And well, the chocobo is like 8,000 and Izana is like 9,000. You know, I don't think the Balthier wants to trade off any, you know, I don't think the Balthier wants to trade off at all. So Mitch here able to exile or able to, you know, take away, is that a Kani Senna or Ruben Senna? One of them. One of the Senna sisters. It looks like Nicholas here is playing what? Ice? No, water? Is that water? Wind, water? Feng Shui? Wow. Okay. Thinking about his turn. Or maybe it's like a Sky Pirates deck. Oh, no. Alright, gonna ping your... Gonna ping your Chocobo. I think the Chocobo is definitely the stumbling block here. You know, adding an additional 4,000, 4,000 to the attack, or 4,000 to the power, is quite significant. So Kani Senna untaps. Gonna look for, sorry, Ruby Senna, one of them. Osena something. I don't know. Okaya Senna? One of the Senna sisters. Aru Senna. That's the one. Yeah. Alright, does kill off the Chocobo. Maybe he wants to try to untap. Gives up. I believe that's an Oritz. Right? Nope, that's not Oritz. I forget what's the name. Ritz or something like that. Ritz is not a card that we see played too often. There we go. Ritz. Not exactly a card that we see, played too often. Characters you control cannot be returned to their owner's hand by your opponent's summons or abilities. If you control Shara, Ritz gains plus 2,000 power, but a very strong card. Really is a very strong card. So I'm curious why, we just don't see it being played as much. But Shara here is, on Nicholas's side of the board. And it looks like he is, I wouldn't say in the lead, but he is... he has the advantage. There we go. So Shara, yeah, this card also, this combination, Ritz and Shara, you don't see it too much. Shara, EX burst, when it enters the field, choose one forward opponent controls, deal 3,000 damage, and then if you control Ritz, you deal 6,000 damage. So that's how he was able to get rid of the Zagaband. But I would posit that, you shouldn't be getting rid of the Zagaband. Instead, you should be getting rid of the Izana. Well, both of them give you card advantage, So I guess the Zagaband is a better idea. Who knows? Anyway, Mitchell able to resolve a lock. And lock is quite strong. Lock, it really is quite powerful. The fact that when he hits you, you've got to discard a card. I like this build. This build looks quite cool. There we go. Oh, that's not Lock. That's is that Edgar? No, not Edgar. Oh man. I don't know who this is. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so this sets enters the field. You may search for one category 6 character, add it to your hand, and then when it's put from the field into your break zone, choose one forward opponent controls, freeze it and dull it and freeze it. But for 5, like, man, it's 5 crystal points to play. It's quite expensive. It is a very powerful effect. Like, you enter the battlefield, you can search for a category 6 character, which, well, the Emperor, that fire guy, not very, Oh, come on, he knows. Yeah, come on. Mitch knew the Arif was coming. And so he's able to get rid of the Setzer, but the Setzer does tap the Baltier down. So I'm not quite sure whether that trade was really good, especially if Nicholas here doesn't have a follow-up play. He does have an archer, which means that he will be able to untap his one of his guys. Okay, so gonna give it haste. Swing in with the. Oh wow, swing in with the butts, but Nicholas here. EX bursts a Bats of his own, untaps all his win characters, and that was kind of lucky. That was pretty good. I think that's what the EX burst ability is for, right? Just to get lucky and to get you back into the game. He's got an Arif in hand, which is good. So I guess he can attack. And still be able to block the next turn. Thinking whether to cast that Kanisena or not. I think that's Kanisena. Yeah, that should be Kanisena. Alright, swings in. Another lock off the top. Mitch there a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, back live again.
Yeah. Hello everyone and welcome back to the main story quest line here at Ogre Games. My name is Mick, I'm one of your hosts alongside the Silent Whisper, Ong Wei Kiong.
Silent Whisperer, not Whisper.
Whisperer.
Yeah.
Okay. Silent Whisperer doesn't have that like proper ring to it. Silent Whisper is the song.
Okay, that should be Gaia's Revenge.
The Gaia's Revenge, I don't know. Okay, anyway. It's teach Wei Kiong how to play Final Fantasy card game and steer him off modern. We're watching the match here between Desmond Ong on the left and Josh Ger on the right. Desmond here probably playing Lightning. Who knows?
Have you seen a deck with like 6 colors and 2 colors? Like you play all the colors together in a deck, like multi-color, 5 color deck example.
5 colors, yes. I played Gobez. Gobez is this guy where it's like 6 mana to cast. It's a 9,000 guy.
Yeah.
When he dies, you look into your deck for 4 2-drops.
Yeah.
4 2-drop forwards of different elements.
Okay.
And then you put them onto the battlefield.
Oh.
He's crazy good.
I haven't seen a card that is multi-color yet.
There's multicolor? No, there's no multicolor card.
That means I wouldn't have seen like 2 blue, 2 red to cast.
That would be interesting. That would be very, very interesting to cast.
Then you can have like ability of both sides.
Mm.
Like water and fire together, example.
It'll be hard to represent though.
Yeah, it's still okay. Maybe you just have to edit maybe 2 blue, 2 red.
Like a slash, right? A slash
yeah.
and this thing. But a slash could also mean like I can pay red or blue, right?
Then you break the crystal into half lah.
You know.
Also okay one.
You need at least. I think those would be insanely powerful cards.
I think so also.
I would love to see.
Maybe I
stuff
should
like
quit
that.
my job and join them as a research and development.
Hey, you know this card game is made in Singapore?
Is it?
Yeah. Later we go and buy a pack. Go and
Don't
buy a pack.
wanna,
I'll show you.
don't
It's made in Singapore. I want to buy a pack.
Oh, that's you.
I don't care. Well, yeah, I want to buy a pack. All right, so Desmond here gets in some quick damage with the Hildebrand. And that Jasper on Josh's side of the field. Jasper is quite a cool monster. Let me bring it up. There we go. Jasper.
Hey, wait. Purple is lightning, then yellow is what?
Yellow is Earth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So Jasper is is a FF8. I forget where. Where does FF8? Where is Jasper from in FF8?
I don't
Don't you
recall
remember?
seeing. Yeah, probably. The Theater Rhythm is the one that is the music game.
Yeah, it's the music game. So, but which one is
Actually, this
Jasper?
one looks like the Mega Man Legends, the character. You know, the trombone,
Trombone.
trombone, and his robot and her robot. One of the robots.
She sits in the cockpit, right? It's
Yeah.
like, but anyway, yeah, Jasper, very very strong ability. Each player discards one card from his or her hand. Use this ability only during your turn, and basically enters the battlefield, and you can do it immediately. Josh here plays a Jesse, gonna look for a 13 character, and that's Shulk. Shulk maybe dropping this turn and getting Josh a little bit extra bang for the buck. And now Desmond here needs to discard a card. And in comes the Seraphy.
Well, it's very hard to see the cards. It's very colorful.
Oh, they're very colorful. So one of the weird things that
Also not easy to see the element also. Like the
yeah.
what is it?
Oh, they were supposed to be frozen. Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be frozen.
Oh.
So yeah, the Hildebrand was supposed to be frozen, and looks like Josh here with a very very aggressive deck, and might just take this game from Desmond. It's not a lot of blockers, but Desmond here has a lot of backups, which means that he doesn't really need to spend cards to cast spells, but that Jasper is going to, empty Desmond's hand very very quickly, so he's got to make sure that he keeps up with the number of cards in hand. And Josh there has the Ursula, but no young yet. He's also got Monk on the other side of the table, which can give one of his guys quite a bit of power. So Desmond here just gonna get in with both his creatures. And just passes the turn. Whoa, Desmond here. Interesting tactic. He's going to be taking some damage for sure. And that Nashu, I'm not quite sure what Nashu does. Does he untap? I think it just gives the Hildebrand haste. Gives Hildebrand haste, but then you can tap it and then Hildebrand gains 2000. Wow. Desmond here plays a Exodus, and he names 2, which means that he's going to be breaking a lot of things on Josh's side of the table. So for those of you who don't know what Exodus does, let me bring up the card. Exodus, you choose a number, your opponent chooses a number, then you break all forwards with those numbers. Let's see. Exodus, the Judge Sal, and this one's from FF12. I have yet to play FF12. Have you played FF12 yet?
Yes, I played FF12.
The remaster or
The old version,
the
from,
original?
PS2. The remaster is the same. It's just that, okay, because back then, right, when FF12 was first released, Japan had a version called the Zodiac Age.
Oh, okay.
So the remaster, they bring back the Japan, because that time Japan, they didn't go out of Asia, they didn't go out of Japan, so it wasn't distributed with Asia. They were, yeah, so that's why they remaster back.
No big whoop. I haven't played it yet. I want to play.
I think it's quite fun. It's the first time I've seen
The active
Final Fantasy 12. Like it's very different from the previous Final Fantasy.
where but I remember. Okay, so I played the first part of the game.
Yeah,
All I remember is that I go up to a wolf,
yeah.
and then
you will
trigger
the,
the attack, and then I run away.
Yeah.
But no matter how far I run, the wolf's still gonna hit me back.
Yeah, because there's a circle. There's
Yeah.
some stupid circle. You need to keep going away and away. But then
No, but like the minute you go back, so let's say your
Yeah.
attack, your ATB hits
Yeah.
max, right, and then you can attack
Yeah.
again. Then you go back and try to attack. Then after that, the wolf will still attack you anyway, and then you make your attack. It's like
it's the first time I think they changed the fighting system to
Yeah.
to be like
be
sort
more
of like
action-oriented, yeah.
action oriented, correct.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't really like the first time when I play it, but then
Mm.
okay, after that I feel it's okay.
Okay. I gotta try the game. I haven't.
Then you should buy the remaster. I think it's very cheap.
Yeah.
On PS4, I think $29 you can get.
Okay.
From
I'll try.
Amazon.
I'm definitely gonna try it. So yeah, Desmond here in quite quite a bit of a pickle. Not enough mana to probably cast all his stuff, and that Yang is pretty big.
Why can't
He's
you
already
just
taken 5
discard
points of
like
damage.
all the cards in your hand to get the mana?
Uh,
you can use
you
it
could,
once.
you could,
You could.
you could just discard all your this thing, but so, yeah, double Jasper to Sid Austin is like amazing, right? Yeah, Brian in the chat is like saying double Jasper is already very very backbreaking, especially if your deck is kind of built that way. So all that Josh needs now is some form of removal, a Shiva perhaps. It maybe looks like okay. So Jipal plus 4,000. Desmond's just going to take it. That's a Zemus. Desmond has to block the Sid Austin. I don't think there's any way out for Desmond right now.
Desmond left with 1 life, right?
Yeah, he's left with 1 life, and I don't think there's any way for Josh to give that guy haste. Might want to use up his Devout right now, yeah. So he does, and brings back Ursula, which I think he could have done last turn.
Oh, you want it?
And yeah, Desmond, like that double Jasper, just dominating, and destroying Desmond's hand. So yeah, and yeah, the double Jasper into the Sid Austin is just so powerful. You just have to break everything. So cool.
Maybe I'll change my allegiance. Now play Final
Now
Fantasy.
play Final Fantasy. Yeah,
Screw
Final
the
Fantasy is fun.
Magic since they always screw it up.
Yeah, Magic is
Yeah.
Magic is like messing you up.
Ridiculous.
Okay, we are going to go for a break. We'll be back in about 20 odd minutes, so don't go away. Remember, you can join us on the stream Friday nights, twitch.tv/Grey Ogre Games. You miss it, youtube.com/Grey Ogre Games has all the replays. And if you like that, Magic the Gathering, join us on Wednesday nights. Did I say Wednesday earlier on? So sorry, Friday nights for Final Fantasy, Wednesday for Magic the Gathering. And yeah, do check out our website, greyogregames.com. Right, we'll be back, so don't go away. Hello everyone and welcome back to our main story quest line here at Grey Ogre Games, our weekly Final Fantasy tournament. My name is Mick, I'm your host for tonight. We're watching the match here between Lincoln and Joel. It looks like Joel just took a mulligan there. And Lincoln looks like he's playing what, Mono Lightning? And he's also going to be taking a mulligan. It seems like Joel's going first. I like the playmat. Very cool. Joel here is going to play first, and it looks like his hand is just full of backups. Not that fantastic. Starts off with a Maria and just going to pass the turn. Does give up a Ritz and an Anacross. And Anacross is pretty good. So, to give up the Anacross for... to give up the Anacross must be a little bit hard. Yeah, but Maria plus Anacross is fantastic, but sometimes you gotta give up some stuff. Here we go. Gets rid of our Raiden for, I can't really see the card. I think that's a Red Mage. Yeah, that's a Red Mage. Another Red Mage for another Red Mage. So all 3 Red Mages are out. So not gonna expect any more Red Mages from Lincoln. But a second Anacross and a third Anacross. So same problem on Joel's side of the table. 3 Anacrosses in the graveyard already. But now Joel has the delightful task of has the delightful bonus of every all his stuff get plus 2,000 power, so that's great. So yeah, Lincoln here, looking through his options. I don't think you pass. I think you just play the one of the black mages and then pass because, man, you are not gonna be able to get rid of any of Joel's guys normally. The fact that they have plus 2000 power. Does play the Gramis, probably gonna look for an Elcid, maybe, yep. And then just gonna pass the turn. Yeah, Gramis here, integral part. Gramis and Elcid, integral part of the mono lightning deck. And I don't think he's gonna be playing anything. Let's see. Oh, okay. I like this card. Behemoth. Behemoth is not a card that we see very often, but I think it's very, it's quite versatile. Or maybe not versatile, but very strong. This card. There we go. So Behemoth is a monster. We don't see a lot of monsters nowadays. But Behemoth is a monster. You pay 1 lightning crystal. Until end of turn, Behemoth also becomes a forward with 8000 power, and when it receives damage from a forward, deal that forward equal to half the damage received rounded up. And you can only use this ability once per turn. Well, I mean like the make it into a 8000 power creature. So pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, all the art for Theater Rhythm, all the Theater Rhythm cards, fantastic. I like it a lot. I think you should just attack him with the Behemoth and don't do anything else. His hand is very reactive. Like, he's got an Alcid, he's got alright, able to mill Vincent. He's got Alcid, he's got Rigdea, and then a Black Mage. So that would maybe take down like one guy. Oh, okay, he plays a Black Waltz 3. I believe that's a Black Waltz 3. Yeah, okay. Not often. This card you don't see often. When it enters the field, choose 1 forward, it loses 2000 power and end turn. When Black Waltz 3 is put from the field into the break zone, choose 1 forward, it loses 2000 power until end of turn. So it's a 6000 character, which is pretty good. Oh, a Dada Luma here on Joel's side of the board. So, and that's not a small Dalaluma, that's like a 10,000 Dalaluma. Gonna be really tough to get rid of, and especially with the Arif on the battlefield. Lincoln here can't target Joel's forwards with his backups. Let's look up Arif. I like this Arif, but not too relevant unless you're playing against like mono lightning and possibly mono water, which, well, mono lightning here in Singapore, definitely a lot of people play it, but mono lightning, mono water, it's okay. So yeah, Arif, if you control a category 7 forward, the cost for playing Arif is reduced by 1, but not too relevant. If you control the forwards you control cannot be chosen by your opponent's backup abilities. So your opponent's backup abilities, yeah. So things like Red Mage, the Fire Red Mage, you can't make it not block. Things like Black Waltz, you can't make it not block. So you're looking at Dadaluma. Oh. There we go. Dadaluma, when it's chosen by your opponent's summons or abilities, choose up to 1 forward your opponent controls and then deal it 4000 damage. And then when it's dealt damage, choose 1 forward opponent controls and deal it 4000 damage. So, Alcid You definitely don't want to play like Alcid combo into Dalaluma, because basically you lose both your Alcid and your Onion Knight or whatever goon that you're playing. And Dalaluma right now is 8,000. If he plays Rigdea, or he plays the Alcid into a Rigdea, that's only 8,000 damage, and Dalaluma is going to get rid of both of them. So yeah, it's not the greatest. So Lincoln here, alright. So Lincoln here can attack. He can attack with the Black Waltz, right? And you know, Joel here will take it. I'm pretty sure. Because if he blocks the Black Waltz, right, it takes 6,000 damage. And then you're going to put 2,000. Ooh. And then it's going to go minus 2,000. Which means that it brings it down to what? 2,000? Which means that you can cast that Rigdea from your hand and just target Dalaluma, destroy it. Albeit you will lose that Rigdea. Oh wow. Wow wow wee wow. Oh, sneaky guy. So I think he can get rid of the behemoth. Let's check the wording on behemoth. There we go. Okay. So when behemoth receives damage from a forward, deal that forward. So it doesn't target the other forward. Right, it just deals the damage to the other forward. So he's gonna deal damage to the behemoth. It will deal damage to Dalaluma. Dalaluma is gonna deal 4,000 damage to the Black Waltz. Wow, what a blowout! What a blowout! So he blocks the behemoth, and then 2,000 damage goes onto the Black Waltz. Oh. Okay. So Onion Knight gets milled from the top. And if Lincoln here has any, any removal, he will need it like. He'll need it soon. He doesn't need it right now. He can start building up his board and then do the removal. Exodus would be great. What else? What other removal? Like Odin, yeah, straightforward. Just Odin would be fantastic. Get rid of that Dalaluma. Especially when you've got no creatures on the battlefield. Would be good. Alright. Can't really see what is in Lincoln's hand, but maybe you don't want to get rid of this Dalaluma. Although Joel here has a lot of sneaky ways to deal, to abuse this Dalaluma. Like we talk about like Cactua, or not Ritz. What's the name? Y'shtola is also a great way to get rid of it. But it does instead cast Gilgamesh. Very good against mono water, or very good against water in general. Gives up the black mage, which effectively not it's not good. It's not very useful, especially with Joel having an Aerith on his side of the board. I like Joel's deck. Joel's deck's kind of interesting. There we go, Cactua. what I say. And Cactuar could get just straight out get rid of that Gilgamesh. Alright, and Rauban fights the Gilgamesh, swings in. Rauban here is a 10,000 power character. It just bashes, enters the field, deals 9,000 damage to itself, and another forward. And Lung Kong here looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Lincoln, I'm not quite sure. Well, here's the thing about Final Fantasy that I find, it's so interesting that you have to give up stuff. Like you have to sacrifice your cards, which everything in your deck is gas. And the reason why sometimes turns take so long is that you have to consider, okay, if I give this up, like what's good? Or at this point of time, Lincoln needs to be asking himself, like, what can get me out of this situation? And Exodus will probably get you out of this situation. Gets rid of both Dadaluma and Rauban at one go. And might want to start playing that what's his name? That Alcid. Yeah, but Rauban here, he's big. He's like what, 10,000. Okay, plays a back out and just passes the turn. He does have Exodus Judge Sal, so I'm curious why he hasn't fired it off yet. Is it Exodus? I think it's Exodus, right? Let's check. Right. Exodus, the Judge Sao, you name one number, your opponent selects one number, then you break all the forwards with that number. Oh, wow. Okay, so he does play the Exodus, but gets to keep his Dadaluma. Oh no, doesn't do any damage. Right. Plays the 1 mana summoner Rigdea. Rigdea's got to target something, right? If I'm not wrong, Rigdea has to target. It's not a May ability. Choose one active. Oh, you gotta choose one active forward. My bad. So yeah. So you choose one active forward and deal it 3,000 damage. So he does get around. Ling Kong does get around that. So there's no active forwards, obviously. Only monsters. But Ling Kong here able to mill two very powerful cards from Joel's side. Like we see a Delita in the yard right now. And we see a Vincent as well. But a second Vincent. This is the, I believe, Opus 4 Vincent. Enters the field, you get to look for another Vincent, and then it's got a very meh super ability. And I think you agree with me, it's just like plus 5,000 for strike or something like that. Who knows what the hell it does. But the most important thing is that it's got EX Burst. EX Burst, find you another Vincent. It enters the battlefield, find you another Vincent, or, EX Burst and get you a Vincent. Yeah, I like this deck from Joel. Very, very cool. Be in with Dadaluma. No blocks. Ramzal Mill. Be in. Second main phase and Archer and just passes the turn. So this, wow, this might be critical. Here, man, Lincoln here needs to get rid of stuff. He really does need to get rid of stuff. Like the Judge Sal, the Exodus Judge Sal was. It's not premature, but it was unfortunate that Joel there had a little bit of an answer in the form of Titan. Just was it Golem? No, Titan, not Golem. And to protect his Dadaluma. Dadaluma against Mono Lightning is extremely, extremely strong. And right now, Lincoln just doesn't have a lot of answers. Like he has to get rid of that area, if otherwise his backups can't do any work. But anyway, his backups are full right now, and they're not very useful with the area around. Red Mage can give haste. He could attack in right now, but he needs a blocker. He needs at least 2 blockers because that Cactua is threatening to get rid of one of his blockers. Let's take a look at Cactua's ability. A very cool ability. So you tap and you choose 1 forward, deal it 1000 damage, or you can pay 3, 1 crystal and 2 generic, 1 win and 2 generic. Tap, put Cactua into the break zone, choose 1 forward, deal it 10,000 damage. Cactua deals you 1 point of damage, and then EX burst cards you put into the damage zone due to this ability cannot be used. So basically, you take 1 damage. It's a 1 mana card. It's not. It's not a lot, honestly. It really isn't. I also like the inclusion of Archer. Archer does get rid of backups. I think problematic backups like Minwoo. That one's gonna suck. Especially against your deck. Like Dadaluma deals like little points of damage here and there. Cactua deals little points of damage here and there. I'm not quite sure what's the rest of Joel's deck, but I see a 7 in the graveyard, so 7's pretty good. All right, Onion Knight here. Gonna bash in. That's not a good idea. That really doesn't. That doesn't feel like a good idea. Because the Cactua is gonna get rid of something. Oh, what is this? Fight. Alright, so Odin here. Odin deals 4,000 damage and then going to deal 5,000 damage. Okay, so Dadaluma does get, targeted anyway. And Lincoln here buys himself 1 more turn because he does get rid of the Dadaluma. Oh, no. Okay. That's something. Yeah, I actually know. We've seen No quite a bit. No. Is this the. Yeah, Opus 4 No. Opus 4 No is pretty good. When a forward you control attacks, choose 1 backup you control and activate it. Pretty good. I like the ability. Gives you some free mana. Oh, Feral Chaos. Interesting. But you know what? Feral Chaos only has 10,000 HP. He's gonna get rid of the Feral Chaos. That's cool, man. That's cool. Instead of taking that 1 point of damage, and does he have a haste creature right now? Nope. Gonna blow up your your backups. Cast Asura, untap everything. Cast a Dada Luma probably, presumably. No. Just yep. That's weird. I wouldn't cast that Dada Luma. So I wouldn't cast that Asura just yet. Like you can use Asura to get back the 7 in the yard right now. Does Asura get you a character or a forward? Asura gets you, oh wow, it gets you a character of cost 2 or less from your break zone and add it to your hand. So, oh, Raiden here gonna get rid of 2 of Joel's creatures. Not super effective, but we did see, we did see Joel here trying to get rid of Ling Kong's mana sources or crystal sources. Choose up to 2 forwards opponent controls, remove that first forward from the game and break the other. Asura here gonna look for probably that 7. 7's a really good card to have. Nope, just gonna pass the turn. Yep, waiting on that. I thought he has a 7. Come on. Yeah, Ling Kong here slowly building back his mana base and cards, and like it's so apparent that Joel here has just infinite number of cards. Shara and Ritz, which means that Ritz gets plus 2,000, so Ritz is a 9,000 character right now. 9,000, 11,000 character. Ling Kong needs to presumably cast a creature and kill the other one. Needs to be able to drop a forward and then deal with the other guy. But I don't think that's gonna happen. There's not enough cards in Ling Kong's hand. The Exodus, man, took a lot of resources, and Joel there, smartly predicting that his opponent, like, the only way out is that you have a Raiden, and so start stripping his opponent's mana base. And there's a handshake. Congrats, so Joel wins it 1-0. Alright. We are going for a short break, but we'll be back in about 5 minutes time. I think most of the tables are done. I'll put on a replay. But before we go, just want to remind you that you can join us on the stream every Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 8 PM Singapore time for Magic. And if you like the Final Fantasy, which you do, that's why you're watching. It's Friday nights, 8 PM Singapore time. But if you miss it, it's okay. Just go down to youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. Alright, we are going out for a while. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our weekly Final Fantasy tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside the Silent Whisperer.
Wei Kiong.
Silent Whisperer is still better. Anyways, Wei Kiong. We're watching a match here between Daryl Tan on the left and Sibylla Kazmina on the right. These guys are battling out for last place. Looks like Mono Lightning versus Mono Lightning. And I see in Sibylla's hand is Ramza. Ramza, who? Ramza is a powerhouse. Okay, so
Yeah.
don't know if you...
I know, Ramza is a lightning summon.
Yeah. Lightning,
lightning,
what you call it? Lightning forward. Okay, but Ramza is this crazy powerful ability. Okay, so one of the things I love in Magic, right, is cost reduction.
Yeah,
effects.
correct.
Delve.
Yeah, correct.
Delve so good. What's that? Mutagenic growth, the
Yeah.
Phyrexian mana.
The
Oh, so
pay life
good.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Those that you don't really need to
To
actually
actually spend mana. Really good. So Ramza, 6 cost for 6,000. Usually that's bad. Usually you want like 4 costs, 8,000.
Yeah.
That's the vanilla test.
Yes.
And this one, 6 cost 6,000. Not so good. Not so good. But the cost required to play Ramza onto the field is reduced by 1 for each forward you control, but it cannot be 0. Fine, you gotta pay 1.
So
at least
minimum
1.
1, yeah.
For each forward other than Ramza you control, it gets plus 1,000 power. Which means for every cost reduction, right,
You get
it grows
1,000, yeah.
even more powerful. And then if his Ramza has 10k power or more, it gains haste, and when Ramza attacks, choose one forward of cost 3 or less opponent controls and break it.
Wow.
Wow.
Power.
Yep.
Haste and you can destroy one direct creature.
Yep.
Sick.
Good, right?
Yeah, damn good.
It's actually
So actually you just need
it's
4.
actually pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
you basically just need 4 forwards on the board. Then you'll be reduced by 4, be 2 mana, then 10,000 already. You can straight activate the ability
Yeah,
because it has haste and
exactly.
attack.
Exactly. So you know, you for 2 cost,
Yeah.
you can get a 10k.
Yeah.
It has haste, and then when it attacks, you choose one forward, cost 3 or less your opponent controls, and you break it. Which, what the hell? What?
I think it's a legend for a reason.
It's a legend, yeah. It's a very powerful card. But let's see if Sibylla can cast it out. Both players here playing their Hildebrands and being able to get some points of damage in. Daryl here is has dealt 2 points of damage. Sibylla now trying to map out a turn, probably trying to get the Ramza on the battlefield. So let's see if that's gonna happen.
But why did they? But why did y'all want to choose to use like cards in the break zone to represent the health?
Oh, it's not cards in the break zone.
It's
So
not-
this one is like damage zone.
Oh.
So one of the things that you don't know yet is this thing called EX burst.
Yeah,
let me-
I was looking at
so you saw-
the poo just now. Then I wanted to ask you what is EX burst.
What is poo poo?
Poo poo.
Poo. Okay, so EX burst. EX burst, right, is like a comeback ability. I don't know if you play Buddy Fight or
No.
like Vanguard. Okay, so Vanguard, like you have to attack the guy's shields,
Okay.
and then if behind the shield, right,
Yeah.
is
Okay.
a card that has a EX burst ability.
Yeah.
It literally is called EX burst.
Okay. So it's like ultimate.
It's sort of like ultimate. It's like
Okay.
a comeback ability. So if the card is flipped off the top of your library as a result of damage, it will trigger the EX burst.
Oh.
And so in this case, so we're looking at Porom here. When Porom enters the field, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card among them to your hand and return to the other cards onto the bottom of your deck in any order.
Yeah.
And so, oh, wow, okay, so I'm on there. So, if you flip it off the top of your deck as a result of damage,
Oh.
it will go into the damage counting
Okay, so
zone.
for example, if I deal
Yeah,
you
okay.
1,000 damage, then okay, let's say I deal 5,000 damage. You take one damage,
and then I
you
flip off
remove
the Porom. Yeah, so I remove the top card of my
to
library.
put into a damage zone.
Yes.
Oh, so
Ah.
that will so-called help you to like
You mill your opponent a bit. You mill your opponent one card. So
one card,
it could be a very powerful card. Like
Yeah.
we saw Daryl just play an Armon. Armon is a very powerful card. Doesn't have EX burst. But if I can remove that card from the game
Yeah.
totally, that means he cannot take it back from his graveyard. He cannot take it back from his break zone. You know, he won't be drawing that card.
Yeah.
That's a win. That's like a removal, like a cold hard removal from
Also,
the
it's like
game
you
for me.
exile that card from the top of your library.
Yes, correct.
Oh, then that becomes like a damage zone. Where
Like
you
a
can see,
damage
yeah. So
zone, yeah.
EX burst triggers when this card enters a damage
Enters
zone.
that damage zone, yes.
Oh,
Cool, right? So
but,
it's
but
like
then why is it when it enters the field? So the damage zone
So,
is a field also.
if you cast but
Yeah.
if you cast this card,
Yeah.
it will also trigger.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
so-
it triggers when you cast it and also when you exile from the top card of your library.
Yes, correct.
Oh.
Yeah, now you got it. So
Okay,
that's
easy,
how you
Easy,
lah, this game. This game,
Easy,
baby game.
Super easy.
Yeah, Final Fantasy, baby game. But yeah, look at that. Sibylla here with a pretty commanding board, but Daryl has got all his backups in order. Maybe might see who knows, might see see an Odin gets rid of Sibylla's Amon. Amon, like, really good card. Bunker Beast is on Sibylla's side of the table, and Bunker Beast is quite cool. Its ability, so it's a monster at two crystal points. Choose one blocking forward. It loses 2,000 power until end of turn. That's it. Choose one blocking forward, by the way. So you swing in, his guy just becomes a bit smaller. And just one guy. So it's an okay card. I think it's an okay card. I definitely think you should be playing something like
Okay, you were mentioning a monster is something like an enchantment like that. So you can have like many monsters on the battlefield.
Yes, correct.
Oh. But is there any like restriction, like how many cards you can have in your library? Like for example, when you want to form the deck, like playset or what, like you can have. Any,
Okay, so
yeah.
you can have on the battlefield. Okay, so
Yeah.
you noticed here that there were these 3 cards on
right,
this
the
thing. So
symbol, yeah.
in your deck, you can have a maximum of 3. So
3
that's a
of the same
playset.
kind, of the
3
same
of the
kind.
same exact card
exact
with the
cards,
number
okay,
with the number here.
Okay.
Right? But also on the battlefield, if it has these like 3 cards, you can have as many as you want on the battlefield, because across like all the opuses, right, there are like a bajillion like red mages, black mages, whatever. They reuse the names.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you mean they reuse the word bunker beast?
Yeah, so the Bunker Beast, like Odin. Odin, there's like 5 versions of Odin now. Twilight Odin, and then
So you can
Lightning,
only have
there's
3
like
of the,
7
3 of
versions
the
of
same
Odin.
kind of Odin on the battlefield.
Yeah.
So that means if let's say I got 5 versions of Odins, Odin A.
No,
B,
no.
C,
On the
D.
battlefield, you can have as many.
Oh, but like
So-
Odin A, I can have 3 in the deck. Odin B, I can have 3 in the deck.
Correct.
But on the battlefield, I can have
You can have as many
like
as you want.
20 Odins, example.
Correct. So there's there's this Black Mage deck, which has like all the Black Mages.
Oh,
Like a lot of Black Mages, and it
Okay.
cycles through its Black Mage. Because of this one card where when it enters the battlefield, if there are like 5 Black Mages on the
yeah.
battlefield,
then you trigger
it
something.
will trigger and like destroy a creature or like deal a crazy amount of damage to
Yeah,
a
what's the
creature.
purpose of denoting these 3 cards on the top?
Oh no, then you can put multiples of them. But
Uh.
oh wow, okay, so Daryl here takes the game off an Odin and off of course that's a Ramza that we were talking about earlier. No, that's not a Ramza. 8,000. Oh sorry, that's a Van. That's a Van. Van very powerful. Van, very, very powerful card. So yeah, there are cards that are like the Ramza. So like you look at Tryon. Tryon has those 3 cards, right?
Yeah.
So you can only have one
Tryon.
Tryon on
Oh.
the battlefield. So like it's like a legend
Oh.
ruler. And once there is like a Tryon there, you
Yeah.
cannot cast another one.
Even if it's another version of Tryon.
Yes. You can't
Oh.
even cast it. It's not like Magic the
Oh.
Gathering, you can cast it and you choose the one that you want to keep.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
No, it's not. Okay.
Cool. Very cool game. Alright, we are going to call it a night. Thanks for watching.
Okay, thanks
We
for
hope you
teaching me how to
enjoyed it.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite
I think
it sounds interesting,
Yeah,
right?
it sounds easy.
It sounds easy. Easy game.
Easy.
Easy game. This
Nothing is difficult.
this Final Fantasy game. Easy game, baby game. Easy. Alright, we are going to call it a night. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can join us on the stream Friday nights, 8 p.m. Singapore time, twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames. You may say go down to youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. If you like Magic the Gathering, do check out our website, GreyOgreGames.com. This weekend, we're going to have a stream for Magic the Gathering, and every week we have a stream on at least Wednesday nights for Modern, so do join us then. And for myself and Wei Kyung and the rest of us here at the shop, we're calling it a day. Thanks for joining
Okay,
us.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.